Hi, Margaret Rowe of Caldwell Banker, Rowe Real Estate Team here, reaching out to buyers right now. So today I'd like to speak with you and touch on buying in the 2019 market. You're going to have a great year. Great year. The spring market has already started. If you haven't noticed, you will notice shortly, if not already. Like I said, interest rates are phenomenal still, and you're going to have a nice selection of homes. The agents out there are finally starting to understand that they need to do certain things to get houses for the average buyer and most buyers. So they're doing some nice things. My clients especially. I've got a very, very good handful of sellers who are very intelligent and they understand the things that they need to do. But I'm here to talk to you about you right now. For example, my millennium buyers. You guys are making decisions right now that are for your future, that are for your family. You're making decisions from looking at photos. Now, one of the things that you got to watch for on when you are searching for photos of your future home, click on the aerial. Make sure that that house doesn't back up to a busier street if you're planning on having children, or high tension wires, which can be a problem too. Make sure that it's in a location that you really understand, and it's in a good school district. And there are so many different websites out there that will list the grading of the school districts. But make sure it's in a community that you like. DuPage County is phenomenal with the school district, and that's one of my biggest areas of expertise is property in DuPage County, with the schools, with all the amenities that DuPage County has to offer, and the list goes on and on. And as we go through these, I'm going to break down some special things about DuPage County. Just won't have the time on this particular video to do that. But I did want to touch on the time period and the steps involved. So you're going to, of course, want to call me. And if you can't, call the realtor that you're working with, as long as you trust in them and their knowledge and their availability for you. They're going to set you up with a search, an MLS search, and that's crucial. You don't want to go on and do all those other sites, those Zillows and the Redfins. And you need to be connected directly to the MLS. That's where you need to be, and because that's going to give you the actual pricing, the actual market time, and the actual information that tends to be true with the property. So, for example, when my clients call me, when they reach out to me, I get all their wish list, to their desire list, to their absolute must-have, to what they would like. Put that in there to get the spectrum, price point, bedroom, square footage if they know it. They usually don't know that until we're actually walking through a couple properties, and I can say, well, this is what 2,500 square feet feels like. Does this feel like it's enough? So on and so forth with that. And then those searches can come to you every day. And if you've got a specific time that you want to see those, maybe it's before you go to work, or maybe you want them to come at your lunch hour, or maybe you want them to come later in the evening. Let me or your agent know when you would like to have those properties come to you. Now, it will also show you if there's a price change. And if it disappears off of your search, like if you save it, because you can make notations on it, you can mark it interested, not interested, and maybe. And if it all of a sudden disappears one day, that's because it's sold. And the reason I like my clients to know and understand that, it's going to give them a feel of the market so they know how quickly or how slowly properties are selling in their location and in the search criteria that they're looking for. So knowledge is power. And my millennials get a really good feel and understanding of that. And most of my other buyers too, but the millennials really seem to get that. And you can't go by just the pictures. And that's the problem that my millennials are having. They're going by just the photos. Some of these photos we gotta look into because they're being staged, or things are being cropped out when they shouldn't be. So we still need to get in there and take a look at the properties, okay? It's an important factor in all of this. So once we get you set up with the search, the other thing that I'm going to ask you to do is I have a couple lenders that I highly recommend. I have 3 lenders that I work with, and they're both working with all of them I should say, not both. There's 3 now that I'm using, thanks to my most recent dealings with this one gentleman. They're very, very good. They're very skilled. They know what they're doing. They're going to give you their options. But that is something that I look at to see, you know, some of my clients don't need to be explained every single thing that's going on with the mortgage. They're going to know the basics of it, okay, so that they can make a decision. Then I've got other clients who really need and want and desire to fully understand, and then that's a different lender that I recommend in my group, and phenomenal with that. And then I've got another gentleman that's got a good Christian background, and he's very protective of clients as well. And so I've got 3 different dynamics depending on who fits who I think is going to be the perfect match, but they're very knowledgeable. So I'm going to have them pre-qualify you, or they speak to you on the phone, but it's going to be important that you get pre-qualified. Pre-approved is really when we're ready to go, okay? That's crucial for when we get out there and start pounding the pavement, okay? But you're going to want to speak to a lender. Once that lender gives you a comfort zone on what you're comfortable spending, okay, on a monthly basis, then you give me that information, and then I can plug that into our search criteria so that I'm not sending you things that are way out of range, or maybe you could afford way up here and I'm sending you stuff that's way down here. So it's going to be a little bit more keyed in for you. Once I have a full understanding and you have a full understanding, we can look and narrow down to specific time periods and goals. And this is what we have to have done by this date, and this is what we have to have done by this date, so on and so forth. The buying process can be wonderful for you. It's exciting. It's very exciting. This is huge. This is the biggest and the best thing that you can possibly buy. And I want to be part of that with you. I enjoy it. I'm a mom, I'm a nana, and I am very protective of my clients and my family and those I care about. And if you work with me, I promise you, I'm going to take very good care of you. I get excited for my clients, you know. It's a big deal. It's a huge deal, your first home, or your second, or your third, or your fourth. They all are. I want to be part of that with you. Now, there's always in real estate bumps in the road. The difference between an expert realtor and another is how quickly we can smooth that road down to get you to the closing table in the time period that you want, the price points that you want, and the terms that you want. That's going to be a key difference, and that's something that I pride myself on for my clients. So pick up the phone, call me, let's get you rocking for this spring market, and if you're in the summer market, whoa, but let's get you going. Give me a call today at 630-857-6527. Google my name, Margaret Rowe. You'll be happy to see the reviews that I have. The people that I've worked with, they're all true reviews. I've done this since I was 21 years old, and if you can look at this, you know it's a long time. So I look forward to speaking with you. Take care. Have a great day.